helpful because we're going to talk a lot. Good morning, Eddie. It's Children's Day, and I have two little pieces of pan dulce here with me.
What the fuck
So
is Children's Day?
it's Children's Day, like it's the day for children. They have a day
Since when?
since like the beginning of time. This has been a thing. You don't have one of those?
No, it's called
Well,
your birthday.
well. So like something you should know if you plan on having kids soon.
Every day is their day, as long as they're breathing.
That
Hmm.
is weirdly hopeful. Okay,
If I
I
if I give you food and shelter and clothing every day and warmth, every day is your day and you're welcome. Every day is a gift. That's what.
sounds I don't know. Sounds like hostage situation. I have a bone that we need to pick for this.
Okay.
A week ago, you saw this film, and I got to see it
Oof.
just
Okay.
just right now on Thursday. And
Okay.
you were very specific when you were texting me throughout the movie, and you were like, "There's a scene in this movie that let me if I may quote you."
Would you get? You want to jump into the review just straight up?
No, no, no. Let me just quote you back. Where the fuck is it? You said where is it? Um okay, so here is Eddie unfiltered through our Telegram text. He said your first text while watching this movie was, "Oh my god, just fuck already," which I believe that is the ongoing feeling of everyone that's been watching Spy Family. And then you said, "Yours legs are too thin," which is body shaming, and we don't do that in this
No, no, no,
show.
no. Hold on. I want to be clear. I was
Then,
not body shaming. I was talking about the guy who's in charge of modeling the characters. That one dude that's in charge. Like, I'm like, her legs are too thin, and like they weren't proportional the whole movie. They were like at what some parts they were medium, then twig, and then back to medium.
all right, fine. And then you said, "All right, this movie's stupid, too stupid. I've hit my limit." Do you remember that stupid scuttlebutt rap from The Little Mermaid? There was one sequence, you'll know it. Even I was like, "Nope." And you kept saying that scene just took you out. And we talked about this last week, and I said it cannot be that bad. It absolutely cannot be that bad. In my head, I thought like maybe it's a musical moment, and that's what took you out. And you said like you'll know, and I was like I probably won't. Like it's probably like I'm desensitized by this anime shit. Like nothing can really impress me anymore. Well, not impress me, but like nothing can shock me at
Uh,
this point. And you said like trust me, you'll know. And I said we can even cut this out and like bring it back. I am willing to say that I immediately knew the scene that you were talking about. However, However, I will give you this, but you got to give me something back, okay? I
okay.
will give you this. Should we talk about it now, or should we just jump into it? Like,
Let's just. I'm pulling up comments from our latest YouTube video because I want to read them just so you understand
okay.
it. You know what? Fuck it. Can I hit the goddamn intro? We need to jump right into this.
Thank you for welcoming us into your headphones. My name is Chema,
I'm Eddie.
and this review, goddamn it, reviewing Spy Family Code White, and this is the rollback. Survive family vacation, save the world. While under the guise of taking his family on a weekend winter getaway, Lloyd's attempt to make progress on his current mission, Operation Strix, proves difficult when Anya mistakenly gets involved and triggers events that threaten world peace. So this is the movie of the show Spy Family, one of the most popular anime going on at the moment. Anime that really came out of nowhere and got a lot of people really into anime because of its combination of action and comedy, plus the found family tropes. And let's be honest, very, very lovable characters. I think it's something that really grabbed a lot of people's attention. I've been a fan since the anime debuted, and I got you to watch the show, although it might have been a chore because you were kind of running on fumes by that point. But from what I understand, you seem to have also enjoyed it.
I did like the show. I did.
Yeah, so the show is super enjoyable to me. It's a so to a lot of weebs out there, this is like the one anime that people can watch with their families because it's not as weird as many other animes. It does have some weird shit in it, believe me.
But it's not
But
super crude. It's not a lot of super fan servicey with like you never see Yor in like a bikini for no good reason. Like they don't do that stupid shit. Thankfully, like good job for them.
it's a pretty clean show, even though it does have pretty fun stuff. And also I think it's the dynamic that really makes people come back because for example, there is sort of a romance in there, but it's a very slow burn. And I think the found family trope is what makes people keep coming back. That and the cute dog.
Mhm.
So, Spy Family's a hit. So, of course, it got a movie that came out in theaters, which I can't believe that we have gotten to a point where an anime movie can debut in Japan in December and then be out in our continent by April. Like, this shit used to take years to come out here, or we would just have to wait for some bootlegs or something. Like it's amazing how far we've gotten, and it's because anime has gone mainstream, which is good because all these shows are good. And I think this is a movie that this is a show that generally deserved a movie, and that I'm glad that went all out for the movie. Now there is a scene that we will talk about, but I think it's important that we talk about the whole movie first, and then we can talk about that scene. So
Yeah.
what did you think about Spy Family Code White?
I thought it was 95% good. You can clearly tell like the uptick in the anime, like in the animation, because like for example, here in the US, when you get the show and then you get the movie of the show, you can tell the uptake. You can tell like higher frame rate, you can tell the shading, more diverse backgrounds, maybe changing the clothing. Like visually, you can tell when you're watching a movie. Even for something as prestigious as like Batman the animated series, you knew when you were watching Batman Mask of the Phantasm. You knew it by just visually. So props to them for that. I'll also say this. Something you didn't mention in that selective, text reading was I was like, holy shit, this movie theater's packed. Because it was packed. And not by weebs. Maybe there were a few weebs. Shit, maybe I was the weeb in this case. But there were a lot of families. There were a lot of like kids there with their parents. I even saw a few dressed up. One little girl dressed up as Anya. So like, no, props to them. They made a family-friendly anime film that people genuinely enjoyed. I can say this right now throughout the film, including the part that I fucking hated. There was laughter, there was joy to be had, there were kids having fun. Also, props to those kids for having the right goddamn manners. They weren't talking during the movie, but they were sure shit laughing. Um, so no,
Well,
it's mostly
that
positives that I have to say.
that means you had a way better theater experience than I had because I love watching animated movies. I adore animation, and the problem is that every time I go see it in theaters, I always forget shit. It's animation. There's gonna be children here,
Uh,
and look, 97% of my audience was wonderful, except for the one little shit that decided to sit behind me and just pretend. I don't know if he thought that he was some sort of streamer, but he was just talking and reacting to the movie out loud the whole fucking time. And parents, I do not condone physical reprehension, but could you tell your little booger to shut the fuck up?
Dude,
Like, could you
Chema,
just tell them like kindly be like, hey, like, or how about telling them like, hey, we're gonna go to a movie theater. In a movie theater, we're quiet except when we're all laughing.
or
Like,
drug them with Tylenol.
you're gonna be a great dad.
I know, it would be a great father.
You're gonna be a great dad. Anyway,
JK on the
but yeah,
Tylenol, by the way. Do not drug your kids with Tylenol. That is a bad joke. Do not do that.
but look, there were people also dressed up in my theater. I saw some kids dressed as Anya, some kids dressed as Damien, even. Yeah, yeah. A lot of girls dressed as Yor, no guys dressed as Lloyd, which I thought was kind of like sad. Um, but yeah, overall pretty good. pretty good audience. Like everyone, like there were some scenes that I feel like we all reacted accordingly. Um, but then also like I'm guessing people that look, this is a good introduction to the show. Honestly, you can watch this knowing little because they do explain a lot at the beginning, but you are better by watching the show because, for example, there's a scene near the beginning with the character of Fiona Frost. It's
Oh yeah.
the scene where Lloyd picks up her hat that flies away, and from a distance, it kind of looks like they're kissing. When that scene happened, everyone in my theater gasping, like we were like,
Yes. Yes.
like,
Same.
and honestly, that was the vibe. That was the way to enjoy this movie because like we were all like, oh no,
No.
of course, like our boy Lloyd is loyal as they come, but it was just really funny that we were all like, no, how are they gonna explain this?
And
No,
then when they cut to the angle, I heard,
yeah,
oh, like I heard like people
yeah,
got like, oh,
yeah.
like a sigh of relief from the crowd.
Yeah. So it was good. That kind of reaction was really good to have in a movie like this because there's a ton of moments that are very much for the fans, like kind of rewarding themselves for
For sticking around and watching so long.
yeah, because for sticking out. There's a great scene. One of the funniest moments in the movie was near the end, near the climax, where they're in the ship and Lloyd starts to like maneuver it and like try to get it going. And yours like, how do you know how to fly the ship? And he just goes like, oh, in college I took classes. And Anya just gives this look that's like, you son of a you lying sack of shit. Like just this little look that she gives him, like she's so done, and we were all just laughing with her. Like she was so done, and Yor was like, "Oh my god, that's so resourceful." And she was like, you lying sack of shit."
No.
So yeah, so
Moments like that though, where the crowd was really interacting throughout the movie.
that's what I like about watching anime movies in theaters, because like the audience really reacts to it.
Uh,
Yeah.
there was a lot of play. Also, did you watch it sub or dubbed?
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Sorry. So like I wonder if there was a differing experience between subbed and dubbed because I watched the show subbed. Like
Mhm.
I'll be honest with you,
You
I
did?
binged it in about a week and a half, but it was subbed. So I'm
Wait,
kind of
subbed?
wondering. Okay, okay.
Wait, did you really watch it subbed? The show?
No, I watched it dubbed.
Sub? Oh, you just said subbed. So
Oh,
that's
my
why.
bad. Okay, I watched it in English, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a good dub. It's a really good dub. I watched it dubbed in Spanish because that's the one that they had playing. The Japanese voices are really good, but as always, like Spanish dub is kind of goated. So,
I will
not
go
gonna
with
lie,
that.
not gonna lie, it was a pretty good Spanish dub, and it had yeah, I don't know, a couple of things that are like very exclusive to Spanish were adapted into the into the dub.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. I'm glad. Uh, but look, it's kind of easy. For example, like something that's really interesting about the original, the sub version, is that Anya refers to her parents as she doesn't use the proper word for dad and mom. She says chichi for dad and haha for mom, which is like the words that Japanese people use were referring to the parents of other people. But I think Anya says them because that she just doesn't know how to speak correctly.
She doesn't know any better.
Uh, yeah, she doesn't know any better. But it's kind of interesting because they are not technically her parents, but they are in a way.
Yeah.
So that's how she refers to them. In the English stuff, I believe she just calls them like mama and papa.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of interesting. So she kind of goes in that route. Um, no, yeah. So yeah, I also watched it dubbed in the Spanish dub. Really good dub. Um,
So
the only thing that I missed, honestly, is that I watched a good chunk of the show subbed first, and like my favorite thing about Bond, about the dog,
yeah.
is that he's so his whole thing is that he's an older dog. Like even by the time they adopted him, it's not like a puppy. Like he's a older dog. Like he's like 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah.
So his voice every time like he would go like "porf," like you can tell he sounds like an older dog.
He sounds like an old man
Uh,
barking.
yeah, yeah. Which is really it fits Bond. They don't really do that when they translate him. He just sounds like a normal dog. So I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah. What were you gonna ask? Sorry.
No, I think, well, I was gonna say, I think one of the great things about this film is also the fact that, like, you don't necessarily have to be the most knowledgeable. Obviously, it's meant for the fans, but they still do a good job of introducing enough of the characters and the story and the overarching plot and everything to where even fans that don't know shit about this are going to be able to watch it and enjoy it. And I think that's a good thing. That's all. It's a good thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, because I think the only characters that will pop up and they don't explain are Frankie, Yuri, and Fiona. Like, but even for Frankie and Yuri, they don't really like exploit their dynamic too much. Like they just show up.
Yeah.
Fiona is the one that like you do need like a little bit of a background. Like you do need to know like why she's there and like why she's obsessed with Twilight.
True. I mean, I think
But other
anyone
than
could be
that,
like, "Oh, she's a fan." Okay, fine. Like,
yeah.
that would be my reaction.
Yeah, something that I really liked about this movie is that it really takes advantage of the fact that we're going to see it on a big screen. So it goes big. It goes all out with
The
like
visuals, the fight scenes, also.
also the fight scenes, but like those scenes where they're in the air, they're flying in the ship, like you can tell it's gigantic. And like for example, those scenes where Yoris fighting that Winter Soldier looking motherfucker, um, it feels like a big scene. It feels like a big climax, something that belongs on a big screen. So I'm really glad that they decided to say like, okay, we're gonna make a movie. Let's make it big. Let's go all out. Let's have like new, different scenery because like in the show, you're usually in the house or on the street or at the school. Like, and it's just those three. And in this one, I'm glad they decided to go in like a new area where like everything is new but still has that charm that we like. We like the Forger family. We want to go with them. So when they say like the movie is the Forger family going on like a quick vacation for the weekend, we want to go with them. Like we want to see it. And I like they took advantage of the fact that it's a big screen, it's a spectacle. We want them to go big.
Yeah. They I'll give them this also. They were smart with their money, and especially in the parts where they animated because it looked like a spectacle. I'll give them that. But I do begrudgingly want to talk about that scene, the one scene that really threw me off. There
Okay.
is a plot point, and again, I'll be very clear about this. I'm well aware I'm in the minority. I On our YouTube video, there's a
Mhm.
few comments, two separate comments, saying, "Oh, you're an old man who doesn't enjoy fun. It must suck to be in your 50s." No. Also, the school scenes are some of the best. Guess when you reach your 50s, you'll start relating to your childhood era more and more. So I think he said I was 50 years old, which is that's kind of mean. The other one was, so you're the only one in the world, in the entire world, that hated that scene, which, yeah, apparently I'm in the minority. And I say that in the video. I understand. I'm the weird one. I just did not enjoy the whole Anya is trying to hold it in and not go to the restroom jokes. I understand. I'm the weird one, but there's no way getting around it. It was so like cringe to me of like the poop god trying to tell helping her and whatever. I couldn't. I legitimately hit my limit. And honest to God, if I hadn't promised you that we were going to review it, I wouldn't have stuck. I don't know if I would have stuck around after that. I'm prepared to be wrong. I'm That's just me, man. That's just me.
Did you get everything out of your system?
Yes, go ahead. Tell me how full of shit I am. Go.
Um, nice pun. So look,
Ah,
so
sorry.
look, here's the thing. And look, I'm gonna give you something,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not gonna like agree with you completely. Okay.
Okay.
I do agree that it's a little out of place for this show. Like for Spy Family to make a suddenly change of animation and spend probably a third of the budget in doing this very flowy, almost Ghibli studio animation just for a poop joke. I do agree that it's not something that we would see in Spy Family. It feels like a gag that would come out of this other anime called Nichijou. This feels like a Nichijou joke. But I will give you that. It does feel out of place.
Okay.
I laughed my ass off. Like I thought it was amazingly funny. And like every time that I watch more of this show, and I was thinking as well watching the movie, a lot of this, we lose a lot of innocence and a lot of very simple humor when we grow up. And a lot of things that are very funny when we're kids stays funny from when we're kids. So a lot of this is in Anya's mind, in Anya's point of view. A lot of the show, a lot of the Anya solo scenes turn into like her imagination spots and her going like, if I become friends with this kid, I'm gonna create peace between these two countries. Like that's how simple her mind is. She's a child.
Yeah.
So of course, her trying to hold it in will end up with a joke about the poop god, telling her it's okay, my child, you can release it. And with her flying with toilets in the background, just squirting water. It is glorious. It is freaking funny. And if you don't think it's funny, man, when you have kids and they start, I'm going to tell you a secret about kids. They poop a lot.
I
They poop a lot.
I
They spend a
I'm not
lot of their
disgusted.
time
I'm not
pooping.
disgusted by that. I'm not disgusted. Let me be clear. It was not my reaction to not liking the scene was not one of disgust. It takes a lot to disgust me, but it takes not that much to annoy me with the joke. Like, okay, one, oh, yeah, you laugh at that. Two, okay, I can still be along. But when you make the same fucking joke again and again and
It
again
lasted like a
and
minute.
again and
It lasted a
again
minute. It
and
didn't last that
again
long.
and again, you see where it starts to get annoying. Um, yeah, man, I'm sorry. That and see, here's the thing. The fact that she ate the microfilm, that's fine as a plot point. Remember Birds of
Yeah.
Prey? How what's her
Yeah.
face? Cassandra Cain ate the diamond. Here's the thing: they weren't making constant poop jokes. There was one joke of like, "Look, either I cut it out of you, or you drink the cranberry juice. Which do you prefer?" That was it. That was the only fucking shit joke that they ever had. That's it. I,
Well, you must really like being 50 years old. I'm sorry.
fuck you and everyone else. I'm right. You're wrong. Shut up. Not
Now
you.
look.
I'm in the world.
Now look. It's fine if you didn't like the scene. I thought it was funny. My theater was laughing.
My theater, that was fucking hilarious. And I'm just there like,
Yeah.
ah, shit, this was a free ticket and I still paid too much.
What do you mean free ticket?
Well, like part of my whole, I paid $20 and I get 3 tickets a week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Um,
I still feel like I spent too much.
damn. No, I had a blast. I had a fucking blast. There were just so many good scenes, and God, like even the new characters that show, like I love those two bad guys.
Yeah.
Like I love their dynamic. Like one of them is always like, "Look, this is what my horoscope says," and like this is what my luck says that I'm gonna get. Like that constant thing was super funny, and I like that it was fresh and it was new for the show. Um, I just really liked it, man. Like I love the Forger family dynamic. I love the humor for this. I like that we had a little bit of evolution in your and Lloyd's relationship. Um, because we've had moments where like Yor has felt kind of like she's not enough like as a mother or as a wife, and she's constantly in fear of like, oh, maybe like
I'll
this is
leave
it for
me.
me. And like Lloyd feels this too, but he just doesn't express it.
No,
Like a big plot point of this movie is that he's going to be removed from the mission. And like he can't even say like no because I'll miss them. He goes like no because like it's my mission.
no,
Like
fuck
fuck
you, my
you.
job.
Like fuck you, it's my job. Yeah. Like I like how he keeps doing this. Like it's he just Lloyd for the mission forger just keeps telling himself it's for the mission when it's very clearly
Clearly, he
not.
cares.
Yeah. I don't know how long this dynamic can last without me going crazy, but it's working right now. I could happily take another season of this before we start moving the plot along. But this was still good. I would happily take another one of these movies, and I cannot wait for season 3.
I hope for sure we should get another season. We should get another
Oh
season.
yeah.
Um, but I just don't know if God, how long much longer do you think that they can like spread this out for?
Well, the manga has advanced a bit more. Something that the manga has advanced on is that you're kind of join this little not organization, but like oh god, what are those called when like the parents of the students like get
PTA.
together? Yeah, she kind of joins like a specific PTA like in the school with like the moms from the students,
Okay.
and she's like advancing the mission like a lot. So
Does she know about the mission now though?
no,
Okay. Huh, okay.
yeah, but she's like doing it without even like knowing that she's doing it. Yeah.
Fair. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that's like a lot of the advancement and like a ton of tension between Anya and Damien also, um, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so that's I think overall this is a pretty fun ride, pretty fun movie. Great to have seen it in theaters. Yes. What is it?
No, I was just gonna ask you. So what, like overall, like I was about to transition into like final thoughts.
Yeah,
What you had more? This is very clearly a more of a Chema movie than an Eddie movie. So
yeah, and it
met your expectations?
absolutely had a blast, super fun. Love this family, love this show. Um, had both funny and wholesome moments. Like everyone in my theater was melting when they went into the restaurant and they told Bond like, "Oh, you cannot come in. You have to stay outside." And then like the chefs like whipped out some food for Bond and was like, "Oh, here you go, sir." And like he was
I
just
was so happy. Like,
eating.
thank you.
He was so happy. What's not to like? It's Spy Family. Like it's a story that is so good. Even the creator is angry that people like it so much. Like, have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah. So the guy who created Spy Family, this is like his third or fourth series,
Yeah.
but the first three were not very successful and they were canceled pretty early.
Uh-huh.
And then he was like, "What do people like?" And then he just created the show and was like, and he was super successful. And they asked him like, "Oh, who's your favorite character?" He goes like, "I don't really care about them. Like they're just I just thought like, oh, people would seem to like them, but like I think they're like very whatever." And it's like, no, man, you don't get it. You don't get it. Like, there's
He
a masterpiece
accidentally
here.
made pizza, pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, so what's that like? Like I love it. I think it's super good to people who want to get into anime, who want to get into Spy Family specifically. Spy Family is a great gateway drug into anime, so big fan of this. Super funny, super wholesome. I give it a good 4.5 out of 5.
Not bad. I think I gave it like a 6.5 out of 10.
That poop joke really turned it down for you, didn't you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Also, I'm not as I like the anime, but I don't love the anime, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Chainsaw Man for what it's worth.
Okay.
I just yeah.
Oh God, if you knew what happened next in Chainsaw Man.
Oh god damn it, please no. That's another thing. Oh, I'm not gonna get into it because we got to jump into our other review. But folks, what did y'all think of Spy Family Code White? Let us know down below. Please like and subscribe.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. You can leave more comments about how I'm right and Ed is wrong. But that's not news. Thank you for joining us. My name is Chama.
I've been Eddie.
This was the Rollback. Signing off with a reminder. The Spy Family is now available on Netflix. So you can watch it on Netflix, Hulu, and Crunchyroll.
Hey.
Hey, bad one.